We're Lee and Chris, and we're middle-aged, not dead. If you're new to the channel, thanks for tagging along with us on this journey called, well, middle-aged. It's a bit like being a teenager all over again, only with more aches and pains. In this episode, we travelled up to Rutland County, which is the smallest county in the United Kingdom, and we stayed in a bookshop for a couple of days. No, it wasn't illegal either. So, a few weeks ago, I was out having dinner with a couple of friends, and one of them had been away for a weekend with his wife, and they stayed in a bookshop.
A bookshop that's now an Airbnb.
Yeah.
Which is a very cool Airbnb.
Right. So...
Not here on the water, though.
No, shame. Not far away, though, in Rutland, in Uppingham, and that's where we'll take you next. So when we first heard about this, it was a couple of friends of ours that I went out to dinner with, and they said, we just spent this great weekend in a bookshop. And so that one piqued my attention right away. So what this is basically used to be a bookshop, and it still has most of the books in. Now, I don't know if they're all original books, but what they are is basically, it's a collection of books ranging from Enid Blyton, if anybody's as old as I am, right through to, well, who knows?
Goodness. They have more current, like 50 Shades of Grey, for example.
That's my research for the night, just so you know.
Reading, but anyway, this is the old bookshop in Uppingham in Rutland County, Airbnb. So welcome. We're just going to do a tour so you can get a little bit more on an idea in case you wanted to rent the place. Yeah,
we'll leave all the information afterwards so that you can see this, because it is amazing. So you're probably wondering why, if we just walked in the door, how we know that it's amazing, right? Because we've been here for 24 hours already. And given that listen, we've always said we're quite new at this and we wanted to try some stuff. We want to be a little bit more professional, the way we do things, have a bit more fun. But what we wanted to do was take a look around the bookstore. So we're going to give you a tour, but I can just tell you, it is absolutely fabulous right from the get-go when I walked in the door. Wouldn't you say?
I mean, everything is just so, you've got everything that you need here. It's small. I mean, it's compact, so I wouldn't say for more than two people, a couple. But yeah, you've got everything here that you need. It's in the village of Uppingham, so there's some cute, there's a nice little cafe that we went to for breakfast this morning. There's a few pubs and restaurants in here. I mean, it's small. It's a small village, but there's some cute little shops, and it's just a nice little village, and like it's not far from Rutland Water. What is it, about 15 minutes or so?
Yeah, 9 miles. 9 miles, but remember, you're on country road. So when it says 9 miles and 15 minutes to get there, you're like, how in the heck does that happen? Well, that's exactly it. Going through some amazing villages. Anyway, should we take a look?
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
So when you first walk in, you've got nice little sitting area here. It's quite small, but you've got television on the wall here, which has definitely, you've got Netflix and Amazon Prime, which are already the accounts that are set up from the Airbnb. There's a safe here in case you've got any valuables. There's an ironing board. You've got there's some games here as well. If you see, kind of a miserable day outside and you just want to stay inside, there's plenty of books here to read. So you've got some games, little kitchen area here as well. So you've got an air fryer, an oven, microwave. I mean, you pretty much have everything here that if you wanted to make a full meal, almost a full meal for yourselves. Coffee machine. You've got a fridge. It's all obviously hidden behind here. So you've got a fridge, a dishwasher.
We were looking and saying, it's a pity there wasn't a spare blanket. And we noticed that. So that's really cool. So make sure if you come and stay, look up there, there's spare blankets and everything.
Tea and coffee, sugar. There was milk here when we arrived. A bottle of wine as well, which was quite nice. There's a little heat plate here, so if you cooked like vegetables or potatoes or something with your meal. So it's, and you can see you've got everything. I mean, as far as plates, cutlery, glasses, yeah, you've got basically everything that you really need. More than everything that what you need. So we're going to come through into the bedroom. And you've got made a really, really comfortable bed here. I mean, we had a really good night's sleep. Couldn't complain at all. You've got some bedside lights on both sides as well, which is really nice. And then we've got the bathroom here. So a good sized bathroom, really nice shower. I mean, everything was so clean in here. You've got body wash, conditioner, shampoo here as well, which was included. Nice rainfall shower. And yeah, everything is just so clean, and everything here, towels available. Yeah, so everything that you could need in here. Towel rack, which was heated, so quite nice in the morning, definitely.
Running low on the borderlines, and you tell me that you're doing fine. Morning color lights the hall, pulls you right on through the door.
So one of the ones that I was really shocked by actually when I started looking through was this is like almost a complete collection of some of the Enid Blyton books. And if anybody's as old as me, they'll know that Enid Blyton wrote a couple of series of books, The Famous Five and The Secret Seven. This one is Famous Five. And I was just looking at these books themselves, and they're actually quite old. And I want to say this was the edition that this was 1943 when it says the printing on the top. That's how you know when the book was printed. That's also how you know when a book is a first edition, because it will only have that one in it, generally speaking. So when people say they have Harry Potter first editions, that's one of the things to look for, because we thought we had one. That would have been, probably wouldn't have sold it anyway, but nonetheless. Anyway, so Enid Blyton, so that's my childhood. Basically looking at some of those, and there was also one of the other thing that I said to you earlier on which was quite funny, is then there was E.L. James, which was the 50 Shades of Grey series. So depending on your taste of book, you can pretty much, like Chris said, you can find pretty much anything in here. There's books on gardening. There's books on world history. There's one there by Chairman Mao, if you're, into the socialist and communist parties. I say socialist as an extreme, not as in our country. So it just goes on and on and on, and they're all in amazing condition as well.
The Handmaid's Tale. So obviously this is a TV series, so it is, in regards to the book itself, it is relatively current and in regards to a TV series, etc. But obviously what's going on in the US in regards to women's health, and just all the talk about women and the control over her body and reproductive rights and everything is quite relevant, I would say. I haven't read the book, but I am taking this home with me this week so I can read it. But anyway, I just thought it was quite interesting to see in regards to the election that's going on in the US in the next week or so.
So one of the ones that I found also that really excited me, if you're into music at all, and again, if you're a little older, maybe not, Bob Dylan, he used his pen in a mighty way, and he goes back many years, and through all of the folk music and everything, and a lot of what he has to say, this is my little soapbox, is still current today. If you think of the song, The Times They Are A-Changin', couldn't be any more relevant for the day. But I found one on the shelf. There it is, the Bob Dylan Chronicles. So that's one I started reading last night, and this one may well be on the list of books that will go with me. Okay, so taking a look at some of the hundreds of books, just before Chris has picked one up, but there you go. Let me just show you though, before she tells you when that was actually gifted to someone, just look at the amount of books. This is the bedroom side of it. It just goes on and on. And what's amazing about the books is our lovely host, Pauline, I believe in talking to her, she basically bought the bookshop about 18 months ago. And basically not sure quite what to do with it, so wanted to keep it as a bookshop and turned it into an Airbnb instead. But one of the really cool things is if you find a paperback version of a book that you really like, there's a register here, and all you have to do is basically let her know what book you have taken, and then you can take it with you, no charge. And one of the things she said is if you're coming down, all donations would be happily acceptable. So Chris has picked up a book, and we were both a bit shocked at this one because of very cool book.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if the bookshop that was here before if they had old books and new books. But this one I just picked up, it just is the last essays of Elia. But there's an inscription here, and it looks like it's dated the 2nd of November, and I'm going to guess 1929, potentially. The curtain falls, forget not yet. I'm not sure if that says Johnny or Tony. But anyway, just very interesting. I mean, it doesn't have a date in regards to like when it was published, but obviously you can see a very, very old book. But yeah, very interesting, and just, I mean, I'm sure you could find almost any type of book that, you can imagine in here. So yeah, and if you're a book lover, obviously this would be the perfect place for you, because I'm sure you could just sit here all weekend and just read books.
Running low on the borderlines, and you tell me that you're doing fine. Morning color lights the hall.
Okay, so hope you like the tour. Like we said, we really cannot say enough about this. This is the disclaimer, as everybody's, any YouTuber would say. We're not getting sponsored for this. We were just really, really pleasantly surprised after my good friends Matthew and Ashley had spent a couple of days here. They couldn't say enough about it, and they're absolutely right. Like Chris said, it's nice and compact, although it is actually quite spacious. You've got a lovely little sitting room here, you've got a kitchen, and again, I'm just reiterating what Chris said. That's what guys do. We can't help ourselves. But you can actually prepare all of your meals here if they're simple enough. Lovely bedroom, very comfortable bed, books as far as the eye can see. Everything is clean and tidy. I can't say enough. Anyway, where are we going tomorrow?
Rutland Water.
Oh, we're going back to Rutland Water. We've actually, because we've been here a day and a half now, we've got another half a day. We go back home tomorrow. We are heading back up to Rutland Water. There's a couple of villages on the way that we want to explore, but they are amazing. Some of the stuff we've already seen, and I hope you enjoy that part, and we will see you next time.
Thanks for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment below. We'll see you in the next video.